G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, Coach content boys. I'm here to present Jump On, Jump Off round 13 edition. And as always, down below me, I've got Brad from SuperCoach Pro. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, mate. They have us won the Conference League. I'm super thrilled. First time I've seen West Ham win a trophy, so I'll be wearing this for as long as I can. Now, it is past 6:20. We are going to have a look at the teams. So before we get into our usual segment, so we all know the Sydney St Kilda teams. We'll do a really quick refresher here. Sheldrick, Rampy, Amadi in, Warner, McAndrew, Parker out, and then Windhager and Owens in for Patton and Hunter Clark. So it's been announced that Amadi and Sharman are the subs. All right, let's get into the other teams here. Dogs, Power, Edward Baker dropped. Baker dropped. You can get rid of him. Holy. All right. Well, that makes it easier for you there. Lord, yep. Burton dropped. Lord, if anyone has Ollie Lord, he's dropped. Burton dropped. It's unbelievable. Dixon and both back in. Keith, Bruce, Vandermeer, West. We want to get this out as quickly as possible, so we won't go over the lineups, maybe for a couple. Hawks, Lions. Bailey McDonald dropped. Sam Frost injured. Mackenzie sub. Sicily and Mitchell. And then for the Lions, no Harry Sharp. God damn it. Jackson Pry, Jack Payne, Robertson in, Zorko, Coleman dropped. Wow. Leicester and Madden. This is a bit concerning for Sicily because that's going to make him the second key defender again.
Yep.
Are
you going to get him this week then, or what?
Oh, I probably still will, but oh, gee.
60 coming your way.
Damn it. It's just if I don't get him this week, it's going to be really hard to get him back. Really hard to get him in. Okay. Something to think about there. Maybe bad for Weddle as well. Basically the third key defender now. They don't really have it. Oh, I guess Weddle could play on Gunston or Sicily on Gunston. Adelaide West Coast. Doty injured in Worrell. West Coast, let's have a look at this. Ryan Marich is in. If anyone has Shannon Hurney, saying his hammy. Not. I just want to see where Keys is named.
He'll be named following, surely.
Where's he named? Bench. That doesn't make things any easier with that kick. I'm really considering it.
Where's Marek named? Just real quick. Oh, never mind.
Oh yes. No, we'll have a real quick look. Marich, forward pocket. So he'll it'll be second key forward probably for the rest of the year would be my guess.
Yep.
All right. Fremantle, Richmond. Ralph Smith dropped. Cumberland injured. Boston, Henry in. Darcy and O'Meara suspended. We kind of expected that. Where's Matthew Johnson named? Following. Oh, yes. Yep. He'll probably outscore bloody Will Day this week, the bastard. Anyway. All right. The last game I'm super keen to check on teams. Same with this one. Brett Daniels injured. Greenwood Simpkin injured. That's all to be expected. Drury, if you have Drury. Guess he doesn't matter this week. Matt Flynn.
Ooh, Flynn
Nick Haynes. What's the extended bench looking? So Haynes is back. Where's Himmelberg?
On bench probably again.
Oh, gee. Can you make it any harder, boys?
He's got to break even at 71, so maybe we hold.
Break even of what?
71, Himmelberg, I think.
Yeah. Haynes, Keith, Buckley, Whitfield, Iden. That's a tall back line, man. Are they really going to play him down back? I guess they said they would.
So in that bench, Ward's on the field, Himmelberg. And I don't know. Oh, they've been playing Cadman all year, and probably Brown.
That'd be my guess. Yeah, probably the first four would be my guess
And
there.
Wheaton probably sub or
Yeah,
Farah.
or Faye again.
Yeah.
And then Zeeble. Imagine if Zeeble got dropped. How funny would that be?
Is that the first time he's been on the bench?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I've seen him on the bench. Yeah. Yeah, that could be a warning sign.
Where's Sheasel? Midfield. Okay.
So maybe Call replaces him potentially.
Is Aiden Core
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
Okay. Gee, bloody interesting. Carlton, Essendon. Peter Wright's back. Nothing real relevant here would be my guess. I don't think we'll bother with teams. All right, now here's the big one. Clayton Oliver, please.
I don't think they won't name it till Saturday, will they?
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, I just want to know.
I reckon he plays.
I'll be pissed off if he doesn't play, man.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know about teams. It's kind of got more questions being asked instead. Like, you know what I mean? Like Sicily with no second other key defender, Keys bench, Himmelberg bench. I don't know. It's just got me asking even more questions. So I'm not very happy with that, actually.
No.
Baker dropped, I guess. So he's an easy trade out for you.
Yep.
So,
And Hobbs,
yeah.
yeah, Hobbs is going this week too.
Yeah, you're trading Hobbs as well. All right, let's get over the most traded in, most traded out players. We'll go a little bit quicker. The footy starts pretty shortly, so we'll make sure we get in time to watch that. John Ngoe, 11.2% have traded him out. So these are the most traded out players. I think Ngoe's a trade. Like, he's basically out for a month, to be honest. So I think he's a pretty clear trade. Maybe swap him to, I don't know, if you've got money to get to a Neil or a Brayshaw, or if you want to go Dan, I guess you could go Jack Steele. Or if you got DPP, get Jake Lloyd. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely just trade him out. And I actually said last week he's probably due for a holiday. We know how good he is at suspensions, so it's kind of good
Yeah,
timing.
yeah, you said that last week, didn't you?
Literally, yep. And then all of a sudden he does it, so that's why I didn't pick him.
I love that. Jack Zeeble. I'm trading him, I think. Just think his break even's too high. We've seen with the North Melbourne new game plan, they're using Hallmore, no longer Zeeble. His past three scores with Brett Ratton, he's basically averaged 70 all up. So I think he's a trade for me. Unless you're really low on trades and upgrades where you kind of need to afford to hold this man. But I think he's a good anti-pod to go against. So I think in my case, I'm going to trade him. So I think he's a trade. What do you reckon, Brad?
I think he's a trade because, as we were discussing off air, he's just given me Neil and Brayshaw for using his money. So I think you're right about the game plan. We don't know when Clarko's back as well. He's on extended bench, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets dropped as well because he's not the future of North Melbourne. And I think if you got to do it this week or you're holding because he's going to lose a fair bit of money. His break even's about 171. So yeah, I'd trade now or you're holding him for the rest of the season basically.
Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. If you don't trade this week, you may as well just keep him.
Yeah.
Number 3, we got Harry Sheasel at 464K. I think if you had to choose between Zeeble or Sheasel, I'd trade Zeeble this week.
Yep.
Sheasel, I think he's probably a good bloke to bet against at this point in the year now. But I think Sheasel, I think you flip him if you can at his buy, to be honest. Maybe to a Darcy Cameron or something like that. It's not a trade for me just yet. What do you reckon, Brad?
I think he's a hold because of his DPP as well. Like defender forward, he can score well no matter where he plays. And I just think after his bye, he actually probably performs better after he gets a bit of a rest. So I'm actually an advocate for holding him.
Yep, fair enough. Number 4, we got Seamus Mitchell. Well, he is named, so I'm actually not sure if you should be trading this Mitchell this week if you're looking for some extra cash. So I think he's a hold. I know I'm a bit hypocritical. I might be trading out Josh Weddle this week, but I think in most scenarios you keep Seamus. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think you hold him for at least one more week and then flick him next week if you can't field enough players on the next buy.
Yep. Number 5, Rory Atkins. He's a clear trade for me. I think he's made his money, 100K, so that's pretty solid for anyone that went in, but 83 break even. Trade him out. What do you reckon, Brad?
Trade him out because I've been death riding him for so long. So yeah, get rid of him.
It is a good feeling knowing that Bailey Humphrey was a better pick.
Get both, and now I'm spewing about both, to be honest, in the cash generation terms.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Like, it was a bit risky going Humphrey, but I guess we got a bit luck. I guess me as an owner got pretty lucky. Oscar Baker, well, now that we saw that he got dropped, he's a clear trade. Brad's doing the same as well, so I assume you'll say jump off.
Yeah, jump off. He's made 182K for me, so it's perfect.
He's been a very good rookie, actually. If you held him for that long, I think I prematurely got rid of him, so good result for anyone that picked Baker. Number 7, we got Will Ashcroft, 420,000. Earlier in the week, I was going to trade, but I actually think he's a hold because he's going to be so important for those next few weeks in the bye rounds where people are going to struggle to field 18 probably over the next couple of weeks. And I think Ashcroft can just be a last upgrade heading into round 16. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think exact reason you hold him throughout the buys and then flick him off at the last round 15, 16, flick him off then. But he's got easy fixture coming up. He doesn't play at the Gabba this week, but it'll be interesting to see if he scores really bad this week. His break even is going to be quite high. So if you need the cash and you can get primo out of him, yeah, do it, no worries. But I think, like you said at the start, he's just good to hold over the buys for your round 15 and 14 buy.
And also, do keep in mind he's playing back at the Gabba next week. So even if he does bad, I'd still be more inclined to hold. If he gets down to 400, so be it. Still made a lot of money, been a great cash cow.
Yeah.
Number 8, we got Alex Chincotta. I don't mind it because I'd probably just flick him at his buy, to be honest, unless he helps you getting a premium, but he got named again. I think he's just a hold throughout the buys. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think you cut him at round 15, but I think he's got at least another 40, 50K to make. And if he has a spike score, I might just get rid of him after his buy.
Yep, agree. Ruben Jinby, I haven't really kept tracks with him. When have West Coast got their buy? Like, I think next week. Yeah. I think West Coast are just that irrelevant at the minute where we just don't really know what the go is with West Coast. So I don't really know. Like, I think if he gets you to a premium, he's a trade. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think I'll trade him now too. About 330 is when you sort of want to get rid of him at the low 300. So he's good time to cull.
Yeah, made 155K, been a great rookie. Saba Radaglia, 352K. I'd just about hold him now. If you didn't get rid of him, they said short term for this hamstring injury. If you didn't get rid of him last week, I think you just ride it out. You don't really need him for this week. He could come back next week or the week after. I think he's a hold just for now. Unless, of course, he gets you to a premium. So maybe that's a bit controversial. What do you reckon?
What's his break even really quick?
Good point. I probably forgot that break evens exists there. 93, yeah. I guess, yeah, he's probably a jump off. I totally forgot about that. Do you agree?
Yeah. Sorry, totally agree. Yep.
Yeah, I think he's a trade now. Totally forgot about that. All right, we go into the top 10 most traded in players. At number 1, we do have Lockie Neal, 577,500. A lot of people are jumping on him, and I don't blame anyone for doing that. I think he's a very good option this week. I'd certainly jump on. Just had his bye going up against the Hawks, and I think Brisbane's run is certainly looking very good over the next few weeks. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think that soft draw is really good. And I think the price is probably right for a primo in the midfield. and he plays three rounds. So I'm actually bringing him in this week. So I'd strong advocate again for bringing this guy in. Yep.
Absolutely. Number 2, we got Ocean Mullen. I don't think he's a jump on, just because now that we have Ryan Marriage making his debut. So there's no guarantee that Mullen will be playing next week. And to be honest, I do expect him to get dropped. But I think Chris Scott does really like him, so it wouldn't surprise me if he came back into the team short term, just due to Geelong's injuries. Like, they're a pretty old side. So I think Chris Scott really likes him. So I do like him as a downgrade option. But I think Ryan Marich is just a better option to downgrade this week. What do you reckon?
Yeah, jump on next week if named, but like you said, his job security is pretty shaky, and they've got a lot of players coming back next week, the Cats, so I don't think he'll be in, but I'd rather, like you said exactly there, just go Ryan Marrick, because West Coast got injuries, and he's going to get better job security throughout the buys.
And do keep in mind as well, we're probably at the point of the year where we don't really need rookies to make money. We just need a downgrade option. So if they can play throughout the buys, that'd just be super handy. That
You
sort of
want
thing.
you want rookies that also play late. So West Coast will probably play later games than Geelong. Geelong rookies won't be as handy because they probably play earlier games. So I'd rather grab a Marrick and loophole, him, other than a guy that's going to play Friday, Saturday games in Geelong players.
Yep, for sure, mate. Number 3, we got Andy Brayshaw, 581,000. Again, I think he's a really good option. If Freo are playing better footy, he'll play better footy, he'll score better. So I actually do like him. Is Caleb Sarong here? No. Okay. He's Caleb Sarong's dealing with a little bit of an ankle issue at this stage, so I do prefer Brayshaw over Sarong now, and I do think he's a good trade in. What do you reckon, Brad?
Yeah, he's such a good trade in, and I'm actually putting the C on him this week against Tigers because I reckon he goes 160 plus.
Oh, so no longer Dunkley?
Yeah, well, I only just decided to bring in Neil and Brayshaw this week. So Neil's the captain and VC is English.
Yeah, I think Brayshaw will go nuts. I think he's a very good captain's option this week. Probably my third favourite in general. Number 4, we got Nat Fyfe. I think if you've got a lot of trades, he's good cover. But for blokes like us, look, I think a lot of content creators here just have used a lot of their trades where Nat Fyfe, it's a bit harder because injury concern, that sort of thing. If he's dead on your bench and you want him for cover, that's pretty bad. So he's not a jump on for me. What do you reckon, Brad?
No, not at that price. His break even's 26, but just too injury prone, and I think he's the candidate for a sub vest either way. So I just think they'll be managing throughout the season. If he was sub 200, I'd probably go there, but I just can't do it. I mean, like you said, if you've probably got 12 trades, why not? But I just think he's too high a price, and his age just doesn't fit the right bracket for what we're looking for.
Yeah, agree. And he did burn me early in the season when I picked him in round 1. When what a great idea picking a bloke who's playing forward pocket at 326k. What an idiot. Whoever that bloke is, what a dickhead. Why would he do such a thing? Anyway, Fife over the Sheasel. Anyway, number 5, we've got Jake Lloyd. Well, the game starts in about half an hour, so make sure that if you are wanting to pick Jake Lloyd, make sure you do it pretty soon. So I actually really like Jake Lloyd, 519,000. I think that's a pretty solid price. I do actually prefer him over Sinclair, surprisingly, just because I think he's more consistent. Sinclair, this new role, not a big fan of. So I think if you need a defender, to be honest, I just prefer the midfielders this week.
Yep.
So I think if you want to look for an upgrade, I think the midfield's the best way. So I think he's a jump on if you need a defender, but I prefer the midfielders. What do you reckon?
Yeah, jump on for Jake Lloyd because he's rarely going to go under 90, but he won't go really past 110 too often. So he's more consistent than anything else. And at least you're going to probably get from here on out 98 to 107, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 6, we got Kieran Briggs. In my opinion, this is far too late now. 340k. Nah, not a jump on at all. Don't like this. It's too late, to be honest. Like, who are you trading out to get him? Because there's no ruck injuries or anything unless you still have Darcy for some reason. I don't get it.
One for him or something like that, maybe.
Nah, doesn't make much sense to me. So
That's what I'm
no, I
saying.
don't
I'm
think it's
saying,
a jump on at all. Yeah, probably Gorn or if anyone still
yeah,
has Darcy, stuff like that. So I don't think it's a jump on. Far too late. What do you reckon?
yeah. I think people are doing it purely for Max Gorn, or maybe it's someone like Brody Grundy, who they couldn't get any value out of, so they might make 150K off that or 100K out of that. So yeah, I wouldn't jump on either right now at all. Yep.
Yep, fair enough. Number 7, Ryan Marich. He's my favourite downgrade target this week, making his debut. He can sit at F8 for the rest of the year and actually should be playing most games this year just due to West Coast injuries and the position they're in. They're a long way off from getting back in the finals, so they do need to get games into Ryan Marich if they believe he is part of their future. So I think he's a jump on if you need a downgrade option this week. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on too. Like you said, he'll probably play most games, and he's the third tall, so he's behind Darling and Allen, so he won't get a lot of attention. So he might actually be sort of like how your mate at Hawthorn was the primary target, but it might be sort of one of those things. What's that guy that we had at the start of the season?
Fergus Green.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be sort of a Fergus Green sort of role where he might be underrated, and they just might use him more often because Darling and that are getting the better defenders.
Absolutely. And as well, maybe like a Jack Gunston type as well, that third key
Yep.
forward, that sort of thing. Like, don't expect miracles from this bloke, but I think he can probably average 50 from here, would be my guess.
Yeah, as well. Yep.
Number 8, we got Darcy Cameron. He's on a jump on for me this week. Next week, I really like it. I think you just wait till his bye, to be honest now. Going up against Melbourne, bit of a tougher matchup. Yeah,
Yep.
so I think he's a jump on next week. What do you reckon? Oh, sorry, the
Yeah.
following week.
Yeah, me too. His break even's 81, and he versus Gorn and Grundy. So I'd wait until after his bye as well, mate. So yeah, it's a hold for me.
Absolutely. And number 9, Jack Sinclair. I don't think he's a jump on for me. If you want to get a round 12 bye defender, save yourself 12K and go Jake Lloyd, in my opinion. I think Lloyd looks fairly good. Really good matchup tonight. So he's a very sneaky BC, Jake Lloyd. But yeah.
Yep.
No, he's not a jump on. If you really like Jack Sinclair, I'd jump on, but I prefer Lloyd. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I prefer Lloyd over Sinclair as well. Sinclair's annoying because I bought him in for a 71, but like a couple of weeks before he scored 160. So yeah, if it was from here on out, I'm going Jake Lloyd, or even as much as I hate to say it, Luke Ryan at 530K. I'd rather him.
Okay, fair enough. Number 10, Christian Petrarca. Not a jump on. Too expensive. Clary could play this week. I'd be bloody annoyed if he doesn't play, considering I'm a salty Clayton Oliver holder, and I believe you are as well, Brad. So,
I held him.
yeah, the fact that, just a quick rant on Oliver, the fact that his hamstring was 2 weeks, okay, I could understand if we missed Oliver for a month due to his hamstring, just that. Like, we sort of had the expectation that could be the case. But the fact that he was all good, 2-week hamstring injury, and then he's just had an infected blister, you can't predict that shit. Like, that's just about the worst that's just about the worst possible situation. The fact that he just got an infected blister and could miss, but his hamstring's all good.
Yeah, it's really funny. I just won't deviate too much, but I had a couple infected blisters on my foot, and it wasn't until they popped they felt better, and I had to use an Army Swiss knife and sterilize it, and then actually poke at it, and I couldn't probably walk on it properly for about 48 hours. So they've probably got better things at hospitals than doing a backyard job. But blisters that get infected are really annoying, and it actually took my foot quite a while to feel better, and it was annoying me at Muay Thai. So it's a weird one, but I understand it weirdly enough. So hopefully he jumps back on this week. I reckon he plays Monday, mate, anyway.
Well, it's a bit concerning if what you're saying is true, because I've never had an infected blister or anything. But if it takes you a while to get back to normal, I think non-owners could probably expect him to have a couple of bad games and pick him up at a juicy price. The more that I think about it, if he's a bit underdone.
No, you just wrap it up. So you just like use bandage to wrap it up. You can't really feel it while you're actually doing stuff for a few hours. Like I couldn't feel it at Muay Thai. It was actually when I wasn't doing anything, I could feel it, if that makes sense.
Okay, that's fair enough then.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, back to Petrarca. I don't think he's a jump on.
Same. I think once Clary gets back, his score goes down a little bit, and he's too expensive right now. I'd rather pay 100K less for Brayshaw or Neil, mate. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I agree, especially because you're getting the extra scores. So,
Yep.
all right. Do you want to go over tips real quick, and then we'll talk about vice captain, captain, and our trades?
Yeah, beautiful. Let's do that.
I won't lie. By the way, guys, I literally don't. I still bit not sure what to do with trades this week, but doesn't matter. I'll do a round preview tomorrow, I reckon. All right. So Sydney St Kilda.
Sydney tonight.
Yeah, same. Dogs power. I'm going dogs.
I've actually tipped Power.
Okay, fair enough. Uh, Hawks Lions. I'm going Lions.
Yep. Same.
Crows Eagles.
Crows.
Yeah, good Crows. Fremantle Richmond. I'm going Freo.
I've tipped Freo as well. Yep.
Yep. Uh, GWS North Melbourne GWS. I'm going GWS.
Yeah, same here, mate.
Carlton Essendon. I'm going Carlton.
Really? I'm going to Bombers.
I think like Carlton just can't keep losing. They've got to win eventually.
Have you seen Carlton lately, mate? They couldn't. They just can't.
I have seen them, but they can't keep losing. Like, surely it gets to a point where they can win.
Mate, they're good as this mob right now. That's how good they are.
And I think, are you above Carlton on the ladder? You are. Gee whiz. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I
That's
don't know
funny
how.
as. That's funny as. And Melbourne Collingwood, I'm going Collingwood.
Yeah, I've tipped the Pies too, in case Clary doesn't get up.
Yeah, I just think Collingwood look a lot better than Melbourne as well. Like, I don't know, something about Melbourne feels a bit off at the minute.
I only really like this year Port Adelaide and Collingwood as my favourites to watch in terms of top four race.
Um, yeah, I really like watching Port and Collingwood. They're probably my two.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if there's any other teams. Um, I don't know.
Lions.
There's Lions. Yeah, I enjoy watching the Lions. Like, I really enjoy Adelaide if they're up and going.
They're flat track bully. They only win at home. They rarely win away, I think.
Yeah, they love their own bed, don't they?
Yep.
Liking Gold Coast, watching Gold Coast at the minute. Um, I don't know. You just hope that they can make finals, that sort of thing, but I'm not sure if they ever will, just because that
Gold
club
Coast
is
haunt me.
just.
I hate Gold Coast. Remember I was saying last time, I think of Carmichael Hunt Daly. I think of Anderson Daly after the siren. Like they just haunt my head. Kicks after the siren. Even Fremantle after Mundy kicked it after the siren. I just cry myself to sleep about these moments.
Mate, you've had a lot of them over the past couple of years, so it must have been great to get a close win last week as well.
We shouldn't have won that either. Anyway, but go pick it.
Great, probably the best mid-season rookie draft pickup so far out of the list. Who's your vice captain and captain? I'm going English into Dawson.
English into Brayshaw, but before I brought Brayshaw Neil in, I was looking at English into Dunkley.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think
How,
Brayshaw is a really good option.
and how many more upgrades do you got by the end of this week? Actually, are you going to say your trades for the week?
Well, I don't even know what trades I'm doing. I don't have to decide tonight because I'm not trading in or out any St Kilda or Sydney players.
Yep.
Unless I go Steele or Lloyd, but I'm not really considering them.
I'm locking
Uh,
mine in. I don't know if you can see it.
Maybe read it out to the viewers.
Hobbs, Baker, and Zeeble out for Brayshaw, Neil, and Marek.
Yeah, I really like them. We were speaking off there about them. I really like that over your previous trade, but I really liked your first trade that you brought up. But bringing in Neil and Brayshaw just feels grouse at the minute, so I really like that.
Yeah, I'm going with it, mate, for sure.
Trades for me, I guess. Like, I don't really know. I think I'm now second guessing with Sicily now just because second key defender. I guess Frost will be back after the bye. So you could grab him heading into round 15, but a more expensive price. Or I just skip him and get in, I don't know, Lockie Neal maybe. So I'm trading Jack Zeeble this week. That's a guarantee. Look, I'll tell you guys my trades tomorrow, to be honest, because I'm really not too sure. I'm a bit real second guessing sort of thing. So, look, I think we'll leave it there because the game, got to get this out to the world. So the game starts in about 18 minutes. So we'll wrap this up. Thank you for jumping on, Brad. Always good having you, mate.
Thanks for having me, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys very much for watching. This will probably be uploaded during the game. So if you're unsure on any Sydney or St Kilda players, probably not much help this. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Up the Hammers. Have a good night, guys.
See yous.